Hello. Welcome. Another one bites the dust. Another one bites the dust. And another one bites, and another one bites, another one bites the dust. Do I'm gonna set you to another one bites the dust. Hey. Hello. Welcome. This is Tottenham Orb, where we talk about Tottenham specific stories. Tottenham this season have been really entertaining, man. It's like they should do another Netflix documentary or something. I don't know, Amazon documentary. Um, what can I say? um, it's just a joke. It's just a joke now, to be honest. Yeah, after the Newcastle game, Newcastle collapse. It's as a Tottenham fan, I'm not surprised. I knew this was going to happen. To be honest, any Tottenham fan that was surprised about that result, um, you know, that was surprised that that result happened. I don't think you've been watching Tottenham, to be honest. I had a feeling something like this was going to happen eventually. The way the team has been all season, even with Conte in charge, just personally for me, it's the players. I know the managers have to take responsibility at the end of the day, but how many responsibilities, man? How many responsibilities? All the managers can be wrong. Trust me. All the managers can be wrong. We've said this before, and that's my line. That's the route. I don't even want to talk. Before I didn't want to talk about. I was not really. I wanted in. I don't even know how I feel about Daniel Levy, to be honest. Because for me, he owns the club. He runs the club the way he wants. If fans don't want him, we should do something and get him out. If we can't do something, we can't find somebody to give him 5 billion. Then it is what it is. That was before now, and I think now I'm really I'm looking more in his direction in terms of just the decisions he's making. The decisions before now, I was thinking, yeah, he's trying to steady the ship, get to the end of the season, steady the ship, So the question is, what happens next time Tottenham puts in a bad performance like this and they lose 7-0 to Liverpool or 5-0, 6-0 to Liverpool? Because it could happen again to Liverpool. Will he sack Ryan Mason? That's the statement. Let's read the statement from the chairman. The statement from the chairman. I'm not going to read everything. I think I'll just stop when I'm fed up. Dear all, that's what he says. Dear all, Sunday's performance against Newcastle was wholly unacceptable. It was devastating to see. We can look at many reasons why it happened. Why can't you name the reasons why it happened? Why can't you name the reason? The manager named the reason why it happened. You as a chairman of a club, you should name the reason why that happened as well, and name the reason why it happened from your own point of view. From your own responsibilities. The manager has named it. The manager said this is due to bad performance. This may be due to the formation change. The manager has owned the responsibility. What you need to do as a chairman is to own your responsibility for what's been happening throughout the season. That's what you need to do. And then you need to say, okay, coming into this fixture, maybe the reason why is because we didn't sign the players that we wanted. That's what you need to do as a chairman. Okay, let's continue with the statement. So he said, reason why it happened. He said, look at many reasons why it happened. Okay, and then he said, and whilst myself, the board, and the coaches and players must all take collective responsibility. Ultimately, the responsibility is mine. Responsibility is yours. So he's taking responsibility. They're saying responsibility is yours for making wrong decisions appointing Mourinho, not backing Mourinho, appointing Conte, not backing Conte, appointing Nuno after, wishy-washing all summer. Then you decided, okay, I'm going to go for Nuno, take responsibility, but just take responsibility and then break down your responsibility, what you actually did wrong, because it's all good using taking responsibility. The players take responsibility. The players, we know the players are not, some of the players are not good enough. That's why we lost. If you look at that game, that's why we lost that game. If the defenders were defending properly, if players were not ball watching, if players were not we're not scared of taking responsibility, putting everything on the line, looking at that fixture and thinking this is the fixture that we need. We need this top four. We're going to put our bodies on the line. If players didn't do that, players didn't do that, So everybody can use big words and use English and say take responsibility. Talk about what you did not do properly. Break it down. So we know what everybody needs to take responsibility, but don't use words. Break what you did not do down. Break it down to the nitty-gritty. Mention nitty-gritty. Mention the thing that you didn't do. Using words and all these big English words, you're just covering over cracks, man. Name what you did not do, because everybody knows. The fans are not stupid. We all know which responsibility belongs to which belongs to which people. We know the players have their responsibility. They are not good enough. Some of them are not good enough. They are hiding behind Levy. They're Levy because they know he's going to sack the manager if the manager comes out and talks about them. So everybody take their responsibility. Coaches will take their responsibility. Stellini took responsibility like a man. Everyone else should come out and say what they did not do properly. Okay, so that's what he said. So he goes, then he said Christian will leave his current role along with the coaching staff. Christian stepped in at a difficult point in the season, and I want to thank him for the professional manner in which he and his coaching staff have conducted themselves during such a challenging time. This thing is simple. Challenging time. The challenging time is you kept players on that should have been moved on because we're trying to save money, pinching pounds or pinching money, penny pinching. We're keeping players that are not good enough. That's the bottom line. The same players, we're keeping them on, they are not good enough. That's the bottom line. You can appoint any manager you want. If you still keep penny pinching, if you're penny pinching when you're buying players and you're penny pinching when you're trying to get rid of players, then this is going to be happening. You're going to have to take a hit sometimes. Sometimes you take a hit, you bite the bullet, you put your hands up, get some of these players out. That's the problem. Anyway, let's go back to the statement. So he said, we wish him all the best. Stellini is just a scapegoat. The guy stepped in. He stepped in as an interim manager, but you still see the same mistakes still happening. Will this stop the mistakes happening going forward? Will it stop the next time the players cross the line? Will this stop them from making the same mistake? Will this stop them from being weak, not taking responsibility? Anytime there's a bit of pressure, they cower. Everybody is looking around like, nobody wants to take responsibility. See people walking yesterday. People walking around, man. When they were attacking, trying to go and score, you see people just strolling around. So when people don't take responsibility, this is what happens. Okay, the statement goes on. It says Ryan Mason will take over head coach duties with immediate effect. Ryan knows the club. All this crap about somebody knows the club. I don't know what does that. What does it even mean? What does it mean if somebody knows the club? What does that do? Does that motivate players? Does that help improve players that are making mistakes? All these words that we use, somebody knows the club. What does that mean? It doesn't mean anything. It's not going to make defenders defend properly. It's not going to make them do the right thing. It doesn't mean anything. It's just words. That's all it is, man. just blowing words, just using words, knows the club. But what does it actually mean? Would it change the way the players are playing? Would it change the defense? Would it make them defend better? No. So I don't understand. I don't. Ryan knows the club and the players well. Please, man. We shall update further on his coaching staff in due course. I met with the players committee. Anytime there's a players committee, you know there's something not right. This is the same players committee. Anytime the manager highlights their shortcomings about how the history of the club, what they've been doing. I think everybody's in the history of the club as well. The manager, the what do you call it? The chairman, some of the fans as well. The fans come up with excuses. Oh, the players are bored of the training regime. They are bored of this. They are bored of that. Instead of us going to the root of the problem, is get the players that are weak, that are not good enough, that comes up with different excuses about why they didn't play well. Get them out of the club. That's what we need to do. And everybody keeps dancing around them, sugarcoating everything. Sugarcoating stuff instead of going straight to the root of the problem. Get the players that are not good enough, get them out. Simple. We are all clear, and the statement goes on. We are all clear. We need to deliver performances which end your amazing support. I'm sure, to be honest, the fans will be waiting for a long time if they are waiting for that performance. To be honest, for me personally, top four is gone. I can't see them getting top four. I don't even care about top four anymore. I don't care about top four. But you see the same story. We keep going around in circles until this will continue until we address the problem. If a new manager comes in, sticks with some of these players that are the club, we all know the players that we're talking about. We all know players that are not good enough. They've given their services to the club. They've been well paid. Get them out of the club. You can't keep changing managers when you have some of the core players in key positions that are not good enough. The new players coming in, they will feed on that as well. When you bring new players in, they feed on the mentality in the club. They look at players that have been there for years and they're thinking, oh, okay, if they're playing or performing like this, I can get away with it. I can get away with it as well. So there's just a list of problems, a list of issues that this club needs to address. They need to address the problem. So it's simple. It's simple, man. I'm gonna do another video. I'm gonna do another what do you call it? Solutions to the problem. I'm gonna do one, and I'm just gonna highlight what needs to be done. Just for my own sanity, to be honest, because these people, the way they are running the club, sometimes you wonder, do they even have a clue what's going on? Do they know about football? So he said, I met with the players committee today. The squad is determined to pull together to ensure. Yeah, I've read that bit again, so I'm not even going to read it again, to be honest. So that's the statement from the club. Stellini is gone. My question is, who is next? Mason is in charge. If you get rolled over by Liverpool or Man City or Man United at home, I never want the club to lose, but I would love to see what happens. Turn up on Thursday against United, we get turned over like 4-0 or 5-1 or 5-0. We see what happens. Would he sack Mason again? Would he put himself in charge? That's the question. Sometimes people in life, people dance around stuff. It's all nicey. Everybody dance around. You don't want to the PC world of today. Everybody wants to be politically correct. We're dancing around issues when the root of the problem is there, man. The root of the problem is there. Keep changing managers. Keep the same players. We're gonna go back. We're gonna see what's gonna happen. So that's the statement from the club. Stellini has been sacked, and Mason is in charge. There's nothing else to talk about, to be honest, man. And to be honest, I'm not even doing another video about any manager being sacked anymore. This is the last one for the rest of the season. If they can sack anybody he wants now. That's me. I'm done. Thank you very much for watching. Make sure you stay safe. God bless. This is the Tottenham Up, where we talk about everything Tottenham. And yeah, the circus continues. We see what happens tomorrow or the day before Manchester United or after the Manchester United games. I only, I only pity the fans that travel up and down the country. I hardly go to games. I watch on TV. And to be honest, I don't even plan on going. To be honest, um, I think the fans they deserve a lot more. The people that travel up and down, and it continues. Man. Me, I think for me, I'm just worried. I just watch because I Tottenham. I support Tottenham. Tottenham is basically is my blood, to be honest. And I will watch them. Whoever the manager is, and yeah, you know. Just have to wait till the end of the season, the summer, and we see what happens, man. All this could be solved in the summer with a good manager, and getting the right player and getting people out. I think that's the first thing. We need to ship some players out. So I'm going to do another. We're going to do another topic, another stream, where we're going to be talking about what needs to be done at the new Tottenham, what needs to be done. And yeah, we go from there. Thank you very much for watching. Stay safe. God bless, and I'll see you around. Tottenham sacked another manager. Surprise, surprise.
Razunga.